Hello everybody of the Let's Play community, I'm the Blind Swordsman and welcome back to Let's Play Bravely Default. In the last episode, we finished off everything we could here in the intro parts of the game. In this episode, we have a party chat! Alkine's Gormrod. Is anyone else hungry? Agnes, what sort of food is Ankelheim known for? Oh, I'm afraid I so rarely left the temple I couldn't say. And when I passed through on my way to Kaldisla, I was a fugitive. It was as a fugitive. Well, just tell us about what you've eaten then. I seem to recall a great deal of Anaheim's cuisine being spicy. One bite and I felt as though I was spewing flames. I broke into a full body sweat. That sounds pretty intense. Leave it to a desert people to develop a taste of searing heat. I'm sure that women are no less fiery and... what about sweets? Any cakes and things? I'd nearly forgotten they had the most curious delicacy in a port on the inner sea. Yes. It was ice cream. That was stretched. Huh? Stretchy ice cream sounds so weird. I can't wait. Get ready, weird stretchy ice cream. Eddie is coming for you. Full speed ahead. Temperament fiery and temperament. Alright, so let's go ahead. In this episode, we're going to do a little bit, but mostly what we're going to be doing is getting to Chapter 1, doing some Chapter 1 cutscene stuff, because that's what we need to do. So we need to head down here, and then I need to do some grinding off screen once it's time for us to do that, because I tried doing it off screen before, and it did not work. But let's get off here, right here, and here we are.
We've arrived in Anshine. Still no wind.
Are these desert places normally supposed to be windy?
When they're the site of the wind crystal they are, this stillness shouldn't be possible.
The wind carried all manner of blessings to this land in days past. It was the kingdom's lifeblood.
I see. All the more reason to hurry then. Which way to the temple?
From here, we need only head... we ought to make for... Which way is it?
Ignore anything she says. Agnes raises getting lost to an art form.
I'm impressed you made it to Kaldisla.
Just a moment. My journal details much of Ansheim's topography. A clockwork metropolis, nestled in Harina's sandy bosom. Here, time, above all, is sacred. A massive timepiece crowns the kingdom, fueled as all of Ansheim by the ceaseless currents originating from the Temple of Wind to the south.
Quite thorough, isn't it? Sounds as if you've been here before. Perhaps that book of yours is a travel diary?
I do seem possessed of a certain wanderlust. The normal sort as well. Ooh, perhaps I'll find a train of ex-lovers here among the sands.
Let's be off. We make south.
All present, Lord Marshal. Save the usual tune, at least.
No matter. Let's begin.
I trust word has reached you from Kaldisla. The Knights of the Eternian Sky have fallen to the Vestal.
I'd not thought the girl so bloodthirsty as all that.
It appears she surrounded herself with capable guards. What's more, it pains me to say it, but Idia's whereabouts have been lost amid the chaos.
That is no concern of yours. Do not confuse personal matters with your assigned task, Alternus.
My apologies, Lord Marshal.
Not only did the Sky Knights fail, they've given the Vestal wings. Why they didn't simply kill the child, I'll never know.
keenly insightful as ever, Victoria. Yet I fear we've need of the Vestal alive.
Have we, Victor? Ah, no matter then. If she fled by air, it's a simple matter to track her. She makes for Anshine by necessity.
And to the Temple of Wind. Anshine does face upon the Floorshine Sea.
Of course. Most of the world's seas have gone putrid, but the inner sea remains navigable. That would offer the airship a berth. But what does she aim to do there? Why return to the crystal now? It smells of some sinister plot.
Anshine is the province of the Cammer and Profiteur merchantry. What say you, Lord Marshal?
We haven't the leisure of chasing the Vestal across the globe and back. We need her in custody now. Tell the merchantry to employ any means they must.
Alright, so we're back in the actual game. It talks about net friend invites again. I'm not going to be really doing that, but we want to head straight south. If we run into some enemies, that's okay, because then I can go ahead and bile them a little bit. But we don't want to actually go to the Temple of Wind quite yet. We actually just want to go to this town here. And welcome, everybody.
Apprehend the Vestal by any means necessary. Seems the Council of Six is growing desperate.
Those were their words. I've relayed them to you. My contract states I'm to receive payment for my troubles from you.
Then your contract is mistaken. I've heard nothing of the sort. Bah, fine. You'll have your fee. But I am taking the small discount. Only fair as a regular customer, eh?
If you must.
Still, this Vestal is quite the little monster, no? To have this Sky Knight so undone. If the margin is high enough, I would tackle a behemoth bare-handed. But until I see a profit, I'll not move an inch. Business is business, yes?
Welcome, everybody, to Anshine, land of sand and time. Now, we made it here at night, so I probably want to actually go to sleep here. But first, let's party chat. I never expected to find such a clockwork wonder in the middle of a desert. Yeah, it's great, but this heat, ugh, I feel gross. The heat was always allayed by a steady breeze, but now the wind is stopped and the air is stagnant. What about the water? Is this contraption drawing up drinking water? I believe so. I recall hearing it was quite costly last I was here. Well, it's an impressive machine. Wait, you mean the water? Indeed, I was surprised to learn the water came for free in Caldisla. I had always known it as something to be bought, so you can imagine my delight. More importantly, Agnes, what are the women here? Are they beautiful, passionate, devoted? Where would you suggest for a date spot? I need a list of good restaurants, if you please. Unacceptable. Yeah. Oh, that's bullcrap. I wanted to freaking stay here. Alright, so looks like I have to leave for a minute and come back because basically I need it to be daytime. So let me go ahead and wait till it's daytime because the jerks won't let me stay. I'll be right back. Hang on a sec, everybody. Alrighty, folks, and now I'm back. Let's go ahead and go in. And now, welcome to Anshine, the Sand of Time, or whatever. Mostly in this episode, we're going to be getting prepared to go out and to do some stuff in Chapter 1. This is actually going to be a shorter episode than I've been doing before. But let me go ahead and come up to here. We need to talk to this, see what's going on up here.
Silence, one and all! Your king, Cammer the Eighth, speaks.
My people, I thank you for your tireless efforts.
As you are well aware, our glorious nation's production has suffered a harsh fall since the wind's cessation brought the Grand Mill to a halt. Without nature's former bounty, our turbines went completely still. They sit as silent as the desert night. In the wake of this crisis, you rose up and took matters literally in hand, operating the turbines manually. I, your king, lack words to thank you for your hard work. However, I am much aggrieved to say that energy production is less than 1/5 its former total. At this rate, our proud kingdom, renowned for its unparalleled industry, is doomed to ineluctable decline. I find myself without recourse but to revisit my prior fiat regarding the schedule of all able-bodied citizens. Henceforth, labor shall commence at 0900 hours and will extend beyond the current 1659 until 2059, effective immediately.
What? We're flesh and blood. We need rest.
In so doing, turbine output is expected to rise to 30% of its former value before the wind ceased output of...
Your Majesty! Your Majesty! Grave news!
What? The Vestal? Be calm, my children. I know your pain all too well. My heart bleeds just as yours. But I ask that you join me in remembering the cause of our woes. The Crystal Orthodoxy and the Vestal's indolence. Therein lies the true cause of the wind's absence. And what has the Great Vestal done since the air went still? What did she do in the face of your suffering? She abandoned you, fled the country to save herself alone. In this, Ansheim's first and direst hour of need, the vessel we loved and trusted is powerless or unwilling to help. Though it pains me deeply to tell you of these things, I cannot deny this simple truth. What resolution can be brought about to this terrible crisis? The Crystal Orthodoxy is naught but a hollow creed. What result have years of worship at the altar of the Crystal brought us? Once more I say it. It is by our own hands that we shall push this glorious kingdom ever forward. Onward to still greater glory.
There! Just now, that leer. That was aimed at us.
Seems that little speech was for your benefit, Agnes.
It's slander is what it is. That creep's giving you no chance at all to defend yourself.
Agnes.
I feel bad for Anya's in that sense. Ooh, party chat! Anya's angst. You seem on edge during that whole speech. ... You don't have to bottle it all in. I'm no expert, but I'm happy to listen. I cannot deny that the people of Ansheim are dissatisfied with my work as a Vestal. I have no intention of making excuses. But you didn't run away either, right? The king asked me directly. He said that the terrible things were happening in Kaldisla and asked if I had investigated. Now he paints an entirely different picture. I cannot understand this need to lie. Does he bear me some grudge? Have I done him some slight? Do you regret listening to him in the first place? No, I do not regret my time in Kaldisla. Seeing that chasm firsthand showed me precisely what it is I must do. And you meet with Tiz there too. That's Eric. That's hardly. I'm glad you came. I saw the chasm too. You showed me a path forward. ... Blessed this person who is needed by someone else. What's this? What are you talking about? Nothing. It's nothing. Then why are you hiding it? Come on, don't leave me out. I want to know. Unacceptable to me and Tiz. Right, Tiz? Yes, ma'am. Okay, well, let's go ahead and enter this because we need to.
Agnes oblige, vessel of wind. His Majesty bids you come.
Well, maybe I don't want to talk to him. He's kind of a douchebag.
Ah, I see you've returned, Vestal. Why then did you not come to me for an audience immediately? I was dreadfully worried, you know. I'd begun to think you'd fallen victim to some terrible accident. So, what of the Caldislan Chasm?
I fear it was worse even than your Majesty had imagined.
So tell me, was it worse than the state of your own nation? Are you even aware of the situation here?
The wind remains still.
And the Grand Mill be calm. I'm pleased to see you're not totally ignorant. The turbines that form the heart of this kingdom, the greatest symbols of her wisdom, now turn my hand. The hands of our citizens, compulsory labor service. Our survival hinges now upon their sacrifice. And even that will not last forever. We need that mill turning again soon. Not by our citizens' hands, but by the wind. And whose job is it to see that the wind blows, if not the Vestals? I can think of no other value you provide, save that. Anyway, will you now end the suffering your negligence has caused to this land? To its people? Or is that beyond your abilities? Perhaps you would sooner run again, turn away from the plight of your people.
If that is all His Majesty wished to say, I'll be on my way. I haven't the time to waste here.
What? I'll not be spoken to like this! Just whose fault do you think this mess is, girl?
That could have gone better. Not that I blame you for getting mad.
Mad? I felt no anger. Only fear. The king frightens me.
His tone was far from pleasant, but he didn't seem dangerous.
The people who had come to hear him speak frighten me the same. Everyone in this city, they see me only as the Vestal, not a human being. I don't know how to speak to them. Just thinking on it sets my legs to trembling.
That explains the tense look you've worn since we landed here.
Personally, I felt amazing after that little conversation. Did you see his face? It was purple. I nearly laughed out loud.
I tuned him out about halfway through his speech myself. I never did have much attention span for listening to men go on. Now women...
In any case, we'd best hurry to the temple. It's all that I can do.
Alright, do you see this right now that just came up on the screen? It's called a sub-scenario. Basically, these are little side quests and side stories that we can actually do in the chapter. So what I'm going to do first, I'm going to get started on one. We're going to actually end the episode after that. But I want to talk and do the party chat, actually. So what is this temple like exactly? I have no idea what to expect. It is a holy place that has been the center of worship for millennia. To each crystal is wed a Vestal, who spends her lifetime in steady prayer. Vestaling girls, chosen as successors to the Vestals, go and live in the temples. They leave its premises only very rarely. And so, the Vestal of the temple is also a home. A flower garden? No boys allowed? Be quiet, Ring-a-Bell. So, you were inside the temple ever since you became a Vestaling? It was quite rare to leave, save a few public rites each year. Does that mean you were all alone? Wasn't that hard? I was not alone, no. The Mother Vestal, my predecessor, raised me to serve in her place. And there was Acolytes. I'm sorry, I can't read that word. They would go into the town and purchase all we needed. But you left for this journey. I guess that's proof it's important. No, even so, I never had intent to leave the temple. Never intended any of this. Well, okay. Let's go ahead and go start our first side scenario. Where, again, I'm only going to start it in this episode. I'm not going to finish it because we have some other stuff I need to do off screen. But let's go ahead and talk to this dude.
Ah, good day! I believe this is our first meeting, yes? Erutis Profiteer, chairman of the Camel and Profiteer Merchantry, at your service. How kind of you to pay me this visit. Now, what is it you are needing today? We are the only purveyor of water licensed by the king himself, and we take pride in our product. No effort is spared in providing the cleanest, freshest water possible. The results are clear. Water humor, yes? Ah, but I have lost the time again. I have appointments waiting, my friends. Let us speak again soon. Guard! Our honored guests are leaving. See they are seen out. Have a refreshing day.
Yeah, I got a feeling these people are not very nice, but let's go ahead. I'm thirsty. Let's go ahead and get a drink.
Feeling parched. Can we stop for a drink of water?
You, stop. This well is property of the Cameron Profiteer Merchantry. Unauthorized withdrawals are strictly prohibited.
Withdrawals? There are people out here going thirsty!
No, there are peasants going thirsty. If you want a free drink so badly, go join the other rabble at the Oasis.
Alright, I guess we can't get water here. That's dumb. I got a feeling these guys are not very nice and they're very corrupt-filled. I mean, seriously. You could just tell in their eyes. They're just not the nicest of people. So, I know we've only been going for around 23 minutes, and the rest of my videos have been a lot longer in this Let's Play, but I'm going to exit out and actually call this an episode. In the next episode, we're actually going to go and do our first side dungeon. I'd like to thank you all for watching. I'm the Blind Swordsman. I will see you in the next episode of Let's Play Bravely Default, where we're going to do our first ever side dungeon, side quest in the game. Take care, everybody, and have a fantastic day. Hey everybody, it's the Blind Swordsman. Don't forget to like and subscribe. Also, in this menu system I have here, you can go to the next episode and check out more videos on my channel. Thank you all for watching.